Good morning, everyone. We're known as Chick Ticker. Uh-oh. Do we have an echo?
No.
No?
Yes.
Maybe it's just me.
Yes.
Yes,
Which
what?
one? I hear an echo.
Check, 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 check.
It's better.
Check.
Yes. Hmm. Check, check.
How's everybody doing?
We's a doing.
There's Bridget.
Hi, Bridget.
Uh, yeah, good morning. Happy Monday.
Hmm. I don't know about happy, but
Monday.
it's a something.
Yeah, Monday. Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
Bridget, can you hear us?
We need a sound check. I think I have an echo. Do you have an echo?
No.
That's weird.
Hmm.
Do I have an echo, Bridget?
Morning, Jim and Tara.
Hi, guys.
You two sound good. There you go.
Oh,
I don't hear an echo.
okay. Maybe it's just on my side. Okay. Well, as long as you guys don't hear it, then I'll just have to think of my words before I spit them out. That'll be different.
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
I usually don't do that.
No. No, not usually. What's going on? It's Monday. Time for shipping and sales and
Yeah,
all that good stuff.
I hope I can start getting more sales because I only had 2 this weekend. So I shipped on, Saturday though, I think.
You
So
think?
yeah, I want to say that I did. Um, yeah, I think I did. So hopefully, hopefully my sales will be up by next weekend. A lot
Yeah.
better.
Did you get some draft set?
Yeah,
Good.
yeah. I've been consistent for like 5 days.
Woo!
So
Look at that. That's great.
I'm just hoping that because I see it work. I
Mhm.
see I see it happen. And it's working for people. So I'm hoping that it'll work for me too,
Yep.
which I'm sure it will. It'll just take a few.
Good morning, Ashana.
Hi, Nishana. Hi, Hank. Um, yeah, so I'm just, that's what I want anyways. Um, New item specific requirements go into effect February 22nd.
Yay. February 22nd?
That's what it says. Like
Where does it say that?
I have a border at the top that says new item specific requirements go into effect February 22nd. New items I can't say that word. New items specifics. Specifics. will be required in certain categories on February 22nd, 2022. God, I can't talk today. You can add them to your listings now. Check your listings. So I know I'm sick of them too, but just whatever. Nowadays it's like just whatever. It's like it's not even worth worrying about it. You just have to get it done.
When it pops up and it says you need to do them, then you need to do them.
Yeah.
It might actually get you a sale. So
I still have 7 to fix on mine. That because I listed some jewelry, and so whenever I listed them, I mean, I did, what I could of the specifics, but I'm struggling.
Just say specs. Just say specs.
Specs.
That way you don't have to do that. Morning, Lori.
Oh my God.
Good morning.
Good morning, Lori. Bridget says she has 429.
What?
I have a whole bunch of recommended.
Oh.
Yeah, I do too.
But the required, those are all done. Thank God.
I think I got 20 more required to do, but I got like 300 recommended. It went from like 60 recommended to like 300 some within a few days. I'm like,
yeah.
But I had 289 required, and some of them don't make any sense whatsoever.
Nope.
And on the ones that I don't have an answer for, I just put unknown or whatever.
That's what I do, unknown or NA.
Yeah. So what happens if you don't do them? I think people won't be able to see your stuff eventually.
It'll go into your unpaids eventually, or your
drafts,
your unsold items.
Will drop off or drop completely off altogether. Yeah. That's what I'm doing. I'm going through all my inventory and finding what's dropped off in the last year. So, and if it is, it gets moved to Mercari and Facebook Marketplace.
There you go.
Because it's a lot faster to list it.
Yeah.
And so far, I found one, but I just got started about a half hour ago. So I'm sure I'll find a lot more.
Right. Yeah, like total recommended, I have like 529, but
Jeez.
I only have 7 that I have to worry about.
Yeah.
And that's only because I've been doing them a little bit here and there.
Well, good news is I was working on my computer the other day, Saturday, and it's working.
That's awesome.
I can get internet on it. I have so much stuff piled around it that I didn't feel comfortable having the show on there today.
Oh.
No, because it looks like Hoarderville plus there.
Oh, so not your laptop, but your desktop.
My desktop, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, because I was starting the warranty process to get it, in gear, moving, so I could send it off, and they did some checks on it, and said, "Well, try and log into a browser." So I did, and I was like, "Well, that's useless." And then, what do you know? Everything comes up. So I'm like, "Okay," because so I have a warranty on it. I have the service plan that you get from Walmart. I have that on it. But they won't put that into motion until the warranty from the manufacturer wears out or runs out. And it was still in that. So I had to call the manufacturer. They had to go through the test. It works. So we're good.
Yeah. Morning, Karen.
But I'm like, why pay for that It's a loophole, I'm sure.
I mean, I think it's good to have just in case, but well, if you can fix it yourself by pushing a couple buttons,
Yep.
sometimes you just don't know what to push.
My brother went through a whole, and he's in IT, so he went through the whole system, and that's what he came up with, that the network port was completely out. And
Did you
okay,
ever try that exterior though?
I have not. I have not tried that. I mean, I still have it, but I never tried it. I
You
would think
could
it would
though,
work.
like it might even hmm, I
But
don't know if
if it starts to mess up again, then I might just have to start using that, to get me by.
well,
But
what I was gonna say is that it might also work as like a some kind of a booster. Like if your desktop is wired in,
mhm.
then it might act as a booster for your Wi-Fi.
Well, I don't have Wi-Fi,
You have Wi-Fi on your
not on my desktop, on my laptop.
laptop, yeah,
Hmm.
but
Is that what you're
that's
talking
what I'm
about?
saying. Yeah, it might boost that signal. Sometimes they'll um boost something.
Maybe.
That was weird. He ran in here and then he went in there and like disappeared.
Maybe
Oh,
he's seen
see, there he is again.
maybe he's seen one of his first friends.
Keep him in there. You don't want him in here. I don't need that. I don't need all that drama today.
Taking all my vitamins.
So, um, I have to work tonight, and then I have 3 off.
So you just have one night on? Are you going to get any hours this week?
Yeah, yeah, because I have to do money this weekend.
Oh, gotcha.
So those are 10-hour days. 2 10-hour days
So you'll get your time in.
for sure.
That's
I'll have
good.
at least 35, if not more.
Good, good.
So,
So
yep.
I got 29 sales.
Ooh, great.
See, yeah,
See?
see. Like a few months back, it would have been 15.
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
All I know is I have listed consistently every single day for 25 days.
See, proof,
So 7 days a week.
truth.
And I'm only listing 15 a day.
Yeah.
So
Are you raising that number? Like, do you have a plan to raise it?
uh my plan is that I will increase it. It's kind of it's supposed to be an incentive, but it hasn't worked yet. Uh Once I get my inventory mess cleaned up, then I'm allowed to up it.
Who made this rule for you?
I made it.
Oh,
I made it because I need to be able to handle the stuff that I'm listing. I need to have a place to put it.
you know what you should do is have tech make that rule for you?
Well, he kind of did already.
Oh, okay.
He actually told me to do the 15 till Christmas is over.
Oh,
That's actually what he told me to do. But I was giving myself a little bit of a leadway, but
oh.
I think 15 is a good number. And, so far
Mhm.
so good. It's
Yeah.
worked. And
Yeah. Well, that's kind of like the goal that I'm working towards, like, because I want everything in totes, and I still have things that I need to do around here, like I have 2 totes outside that need to come in the house that will be empty,
hmm
and because all it has is like yard sale stuff in it, and so those can go into plastic bags, and um so whenever I bring those 2 totes in, I want to um make it to where ultimately the goal is to not have anything that's not into totes, that's unlisted. So I still have quite a ways to go on that. So once I get that figured out, then um and I've listed consistently, for a while, and it might be a month. I might make myself do that for a month. And I'm not going to get a whole bunch of sales with only doing 3 a day, because that's all I'm doing is 3 per day. But I have to I have to stay consistent with the 3, and then, I feel like maybe I can move it up one, and just I'd have to get, I'd have to be very consistent with the 3 for a while, and then I could move it up. Who's talking? Who's talking to you? Because I see that look.
oh, goodness.
Somebody
My
talking
goodness.
smack.
Good morning, Mr. Sadie.
Hi, Mr. Sadie.
My R&D department says I need to list more.
R&D. I don't know even where to go with that. I don't know what that is.
I don't know what it is either,
And
but
I couldn't even
Research and
think.
development.
Oh.
there you go. I would have never
I
guessed that
wouldn't
one.
even think of that.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I wouldn't even know where to get started on all that. But I'm also trying to, work harder on the bookkeeping part of it,
Yep.
and try and really focus on that too. So it's kind of like all aspects, trying to do a little bit more on all fronts. And when you're not used to doing that, it's kind of hard. You just have to.
It's a pain in the butt, especially if you put it off all month and then finally decide to do it, because that's what I do.
Yeah.
And then I have receipts and
Yeah.
all over spread out all over the kitchen table. And
Well, I found these little envelopes, and I put I only had 10 of them, so I had to make 2 of them for, 2 of them that have a couple of 2 of them that have 2 months on them instead of just 1. But like I did like October and May, and then I did another one that has like 2 months on it. But I have an envelope now for
Receipts.
receipts.
That's what I do. I put all my receipts in a
Yeah. And then like
each envelope, monthly envelope.
This is just like a bill calendar, you
Mhm.
know, and like I bought this at the Dollar Tree. It has a 3-ring binder like cover to it,
Mhm.
but it just pulls out, and it, you know, it's just a regular paper calendar. And I've been writing my bills and stuff on that, and like how much I get from them for, you know, for different bills, and because we split everything equally, and so, you know, not only just the eBay part of it, but I'm having to do a lot more on on both parts of it.
Yeah.
I'm having to learn some, you know, and trying to get the budgeting part down, you know, because that's a little bit a bit of learning, because I, you know, when Brandon was here, he would do all the bills and everything, and so I didn't have that, you know, experience of really paying the bills. So it's quite different. I just, you know, I just would have to pay the money for it. That was all that I used to do. But now I got the whole experience. What are you doing, Valerie?
Nothing. I'm here.
I don't
I'm
believe you.
here.
I'm about ready to take a pair of scissors to my hair. It's driving me nuts.
Time to shave it off again.
Yeah. Well, I got this new shampoo. It's a company called Function of Beauty, and you can have your own basically hair products made up for you based on your, you know, how your hair is, and I love it. And but it makes it so soft and light that I can't do any. I won't even stay up in a ponytail holder. It's just fall
Wow.
right out. So it's like, okay, it's time. You know, it's time to cut it, or at least get it trimmed. It's driving me because my bangs are like down to here.
Mhm.
Wasn't it? So it was like,
Mr. Sadie, you can send me all the bills you want as long as you send me the money for them too.
oh.
Yeah. I'm really having to work on that.
Yep.
But
That's a
it's
struggle.
it's different for sure. Having to write everything down. I'm not used to that. I'm not used to writing everything down and
Keeping
you know,
track.
yeah, I'm not. I like really rebel against that because I feel like it's a waste of time, but really it's not. It's actually to save me time.
Yep.
You know, at the end of the day, it'll save me time. So
True enough.
I know I'll get used to it. It'll be no big deal once I get it, you know, get it placed as a habit. It'll be no big deal. But until then, it's kind of a PETA.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my God, Sally, when you said that about, you know, paying your bills or whatever. So it's like, I don't know, I'm in my 40s and I got to like take care of the electric bill. But there's like you get this satisfaction, like, okay, I don't have to worry about that bill. I got the electric bill paid. But then I'm like, oh my God, when I was in my 20s, I mean, I would just never think about the electric bill. Electric bill, whatever, you know. And now like Jim has his bill paying calendar where he puts like these dates, you know, what day the credit cards due or whatever. I'm like, oh my God, what happened? One day you wake up and you've turned into an old person.
It's like, holy hell!
But I mean, I don't know. It's like, oh, good, I got the house insurance paid. I don't have to worry about that. Shit. When I was like 21, I'd be like, who cares? House insurance? Yeah, okay, that's optional.
Yeah.
There's commercials and you turn into your parents.
Yeah. I get kind of scared with the auto pay thing. Mr. Sadie says certain things you can set up for auto pay.
Mm-hmm.
And I could really, if I wanted to, I could set up all those things with my bank. But it's the thing of, I'm so stupid whenever it comes to stuff like this that like I will go into my bank, and if there's money in there and I need to go to Walmart, I'll just go and be like, oh, there's money in there. But maybe this bill didn't come out yet.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it screwed me before. That's like, or I've screwed myself really because I wasn't paying attention.
We have auto pays, but we'll do a lot like, oh, the bill's due, so you just pay it online, and then we'll use our bank card number or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like that better.
That's
Sally, what I do for the ones that are not auto pay is I take a calendar, find a 31-day month, and just take out that page, and then write down what date, like if you got a credit card or cable bill or whatever, write down what day they come due on that thing, and then I just have it taped up by my computer. So I'll be at the computer thinking, oh yeah, everything's good, whatever. Yeah. Like, oh my God, I gotta pay that bill.
Oh my God.
You know, because I got it right there.
That's what I have right here, because I bought this at Dollar Tree, and you just like, you know, it's a 12-month calendar. You just fold over, you know, the next month or whatever. But I got it because like I can put down the date, and then like if I get the bill for like the electric and it's on the 26th, then I know to put on the next month that the electric is due, you know, around the 26th, or I put it for that Friday because that's when y'all get paid. Right. So that's what I've been trying to do.
One day Jim's sitting relaxing, watching Walking Dead. This is maybe about a month ago. He's all happy, he's walking, and I'm sitting in the other recliner. I'm like, oh, do you remember to pay the credit card? G, D, F, this, F, that, that. Yeah, ruined his whole show for him. So he goes to the computer and he missed like the credit card payment for like an hour. You know, it's like it's due.
No, it wasn't even an hour. I was like 20 minutes late or something.
So then you get a service charge. You only got till like 7 o'clock or whatever it is. Oh my God, yeah, he's freaking out for the whole night. Brian is in the living room with me. He's like, Mom, why did you even tell him? There was nothing he's gonna do about it anyway. You should just let him be happy and watch Walking Dead.
Yeah, well, because these MFers, they charge you $40. Yeah. Okay, so you made a mistake within minutes, you know, but it's a $40 freaking mistake. It's like, oh my God, it's like a freaking speeding ticket. I mean, it's like crazy. Yeah. I didn't run a red light. I just forgot I'm 20 minutes late paying my bill, you SOB. But anyway.
Yeah. My oldest son, he messaged me, I don't know, it was probably a week ago or something, and he said, Mom, have you ever heard of a maintenance fee on a electric bill? And I said, well, what is it for? Like, is it for like the, you know, for like appliances? Sometimes we'll have like a maintenance fee, but that's usually like something that you opt into, you know. And he said no. Whenever I called them, they said basically for 2 months they put down the amount of you know, whatever measurement it is, watts or kilowatts or whatever. They put down the measurement of how much we used, but they estimated. And so whenever they went and finally did an actual reading, it was more than what they expected. Oh, and so they added that onto their their distribution and called it a maintenance.
Hmm.
I said, I've never heard of that. I've heard
of
them
it
doing
where
that.
they'll do an estimate, or sometimes they'll do an estimate and you're using more electric than they thought they estimated for you. Have heard of that. Or if you ever get put on if you go on a payment plan in the winter, and they divide up
Yeah.
your bill, they might put something on there like that for that.
Yeah.
Oh my
Huh.
God, when I was in Wisconsin, my WPS bill, there was like $80 of it, like 75 or 80 of it was just stuff like usage fee, taxes, the heating assistant tax, where everybody has to pitch in for that, and all this other
Yeah.
stuff before I even paid for any electric going into the house.
Wow. And sometimes I just think that they're making up shit.
I will say here, at least the electric company I had in Wisconsin, the electric here for me is so much cheaper than when I lived up north.
See, I don't get that. How could it be?
I don't know.
How could it be so cheap there and then not here?
I don't know. Maybe because I'm in coal country too. I don't know. But I can tell you this. In the summer and up north, I mean, granted, I had more buildings and sometimes people leave lights on. But, I mean, I was really good about, being careful how much power I use. I couldn't get my power bill below 180. Here in the summer, I have an air conditioner running. My hot tub is heating up. And so I have my hot tub heater working. I have air conditioning and all this other stuff. And I'm maybe like 190, $200. I mean, if I'd have had all that stuff running in Eagle River in the summer, I mean, I'd have had like 350, 375.
Wow.
Wow.
Well,
No.
I just know that it wasn't even really my fault, but like my electric got shut off like a couple months ago, and it made me feel like a real shithead.
Oh, there's nothing worse than coming home and having your electric
And-
shut off.
Well, I know, but it made me feel so stupid, and it wasn't even my fault. Like seriously, they didn't even send me a shut-off notice. They didn't even, they sent me a bill 2 days before they shut it off and said, you need to pay this amount by this date. And that was like at the end of the month. And here it was like around the 15th or 16th or something. And so it was like not even time for that to be due yet. And so I'm like, trying to figure this all out, and I ended up having to call Brandon and see if he can call and sort it out. And because whenever I would call and listen to the automated thing, they were telling me I had to pay like $900, and that included like a deposit and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like,
They'll have a minimum.
That's,
I mean,
that's good.
how am I
cop,
gonna
bad
do
cop.
this,
It's kind of
you know?
scary. It's so when they tell you the actual amount, you don't feel as bad. It's like, oh, well, at least I don't have to pay the $900 they said. So then you feel good about paying the $500.
because when you talk to them on the phone, oh God, this makes it sound goofy. But anyway, when you talk to them on the phone, they're always like, well, you owe, let's say $800. And I'm like, oh, well, what would I have to pay? Oh, I don't know. What could you pay? Oh, I don't know. What would I have to pay? You just keep going back and forth like that until they give you a number that you have to pay.
Oh my God.
That's the 20-year-old me
Wow.
talking now that didn't worry about paying their electric bills and stuff like that.
Well,
Well,
that's
when
okay.
Brandon called and was talking to them about it, and he's like, they shouldn't even turn this off because they didn't send us a notice or anything. All they sent was a bill, and
Well, were
I
you
mean,
on like
they
a payment plan after winter or anything?
no,
Oh, because
And
I know
that
like in
was for the electric.
Wisconsin, if you went on the payment plan at winter because you had really high power bills, if you don't meet your like payment plan obligation, like the date, they will shut you off without a notice. In WPS at least.
huh? No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, here they don't have no winter. In the wintertime, it could be Christmas Day. They'll shut your heat off.
Oh yeah, you don't like like in Wisconsin, you had the moratorium where you have a lot of people won't pay their electric bill. Like, let's say, I think the moratorium is like November 15th till April 15th. So you have these people with these huge electric bills. Yeah, here it doesn't matter if it's January. If you don't pay your electric bill, it's getting shut off.
It's reasonable, but you better pay it.
Why do you think it's so much cheaper here for the
I have
electric?
no idea.
I mean, it is. Yeah.
But Kentucky's full. Do not try to move here. It is full.
Oh yeah, and like our house up north, that was natural gas heat. I mean, with the gas prices going up, I wouldn't even want to think what that cost to heat that house up there.
Yeah.
Our car registration is like $25.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why I said wow.
Well, no. Now wait. But if you have something, they have a property
Oh, yeah,
tax
you got
here.
that tax,
So
too.
let's say you own a truck that's worth $40,000, you're gonna
Yeah,
pay
okay.
$400 a year in personal property
Yeah, with
tax
your
on
hot
it.
air balloon
Right.
and your
But
Mm.
if you went and bought a new car and had like car payment and stuff like that, you are gonna pay
if you
more.
have a $2,500 car, you got to pay about $25 personal property tax. So it comes out to $50 to register your car for the year.
Yeah. What was it in Wisconsin?
Oh my God,
100 and a half?
120?
Oh,
Yeah. That's the same thing here. We have to pay property taxes on
do you?
the
That's new
vehicle.
for me. Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's like
but
it's
you
like
want to save it.
$10,000. Yeah, it's like $10 per thousand. So if you own one that's worth, $10,000, it's about $100, which would be about the same as me registering it in Wisconsin. So whatever.
Yeah.
Well, how much was the property tax on the old farm?
Just under $3,000.
Yeah, now they're $500.
Yeah.
And this farm's half the size of the other
Wow.
one, but it's more than half less. I can tell you
Yeah.
that.
Well, your property taxes on your old house on Spruce must have been like $1,200 a year.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was when I met him. I mean, it's
On
just
a 1-acre lot.
1-acre lot with an
Three-bedroom
older
little house. It
3-bedroom
was
house.
built in the 30s.
Yeah.
It wasn't a fancy house.
It's crazy.
I'm just trying to stay on top of it and I'm not trying to get over my head, like,
Yeah.
because I feel like the auto pay, I already have to have my insurance that way. So if I have to have it that way, then that's fine. Then all I have to do is figure out if that went through, and then, then my money's free and clear, whatever. But if that's, I don't want all of my bills in there, because if I have all my bills in there, then I would have to have too much to keep track of.
Yeah.
Well, it depends how your bank handles overdrafts too. If you have like an auto pay that you didn't know was coming, if you're like
Yeah.
our bank up in Wisconsin, you got hit with a $40 overdraft. The bank
Yeah,
here,
that's
the bank here, it's like the old time. In the old days, remember the bank used to say, "Uh-oh, naughty you, we're going to charge you $30 for an overdraft," but they would cover it. Now,
Right.
most banks
Well, and they
now-
won't charge you the overdraft either if you get the money in by 6 o'clock.
The
huh.
last branch closes at 6 o'clock, so as long as you get the money in by 6, you won't have an overdraft. I mean, it's like
Right.
1950s banking. I'm like, oh my God, really? Seriously?
It's like living in Andy Griffithville.
Yeah.
A little bit it is. I like it, but it is a little bit like,
And
Yeah,
you go
I
to Walmart, there's black chicks walking around white dudes. There's white dudes walking around black chicks. So, I mean, it's not like there's like the stereotype of the old South or whatever. I mean, it's not like that anymore.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, it's like anywhere else, but cheaper.
yeah.
I love it. You can, and if there's place to work, there's Amazon's hiring like $18 an hour. What are they? How much are they an hour?
17 and a half.
I don't
to start,
exaggerate.
I
Okay. Somebody, I moved here because Jim
And
said
here, I
I
think I'd put him to work.
think.
Jim lied.
Oh my gosh. And Shauna said, my poor hubby, when he was growing up, his mother never made enough to pay their bills and take care of the 5 kids. He had to learn how to turn the electric and gas on by watching the guys that turned it off.
Oh,
I've seen that before
yeah.
a couple times.
Yeah. They don't have it like that anymore.
Oh, you know how it is. When they shut it off, they're right there, Johnny, on the spot. But when they turn it back on, oh, well, it's going to take a couple days,
Yeah.
Yeah, because they gotta punish you or whatever.
And you know the girl
Yeah,
puts her
that's-
hand over the receiver and laughs while she's to the girl next to her. Like
We're
they're-
so
they're
busy,
cracking
you
up.
know, shutting other people off. It's gonna take us at least 2 days to turn yours on.
Yeah, they didn't have somebody come out to turn it off. They just turned it off remotely. And
Yeah.
then
Oh.
whenever we figured it out and, you know, and they were going to turn it back on, they said, "Oh, it should turn on remotely within an hour, and if it doesn't, then we might have to have a service person come turn it back on manually." I'm like, "Are you freaking kidding me? Really?
Oh,
You
boy.
could turn it off, you know, remotely. You could turn it back on." Yeah. That's so nuts.
That's the way it is. I've gotten to the point because I was really bad with my bills too, and I got to the point where as soon as I get the bill in, like I get the mail, and it goes wherever I put my bills. It goes on the list. It goes on the calendar. I know exactly when it needs to be paid. And usually, if it needs to be paid, say on the 26th, I'll put it for the 25th. And that way, at least I'm a day ahead.
Yeah.
You know, I get a little bit of a.
Well,
break.
Jonah has gotten me into the habit of putting everything, like if it's due on the 25th or whatever, we're doing it on the Friday before that,
Right.
you know, and just make it a habit to go the week ahead.
Yeah.
And on that Friday, you know, makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. You betcha.
It's really hard to get into that though, and I think that you know, this should be more of a class in high school than
Oh,
you know
yeah.
you're learning when you're 40 something years old. You know, I mean, not saying that I never did it before, but it's like it's just like pumping gas. If you never pump gas, how do you know how to pump gas?
Right.
You know, to me, it's the same thing. It's just something that, you know, you need to learn how to do in
You
life.
just have,
And then,
you just have to teach yourself to put
Yeah.
it in a process that you can handle,
yeah,
that you're going to keep consistent at.
yeah,
You know, it's just like listing.
yeah,
You know, you just have to be consistent at it.
yeah,
It's your adult moment,
Mm.
you know. Then you start eating meals on time and, you know, going to bed at like 9 o'clock, and then you're
Oh
like,
my
oh my
God.
God, I'm an old person now.
Do you think
Yeah.
You
management?
get satisfaction out of getting your
I
bills
can't
paid.
go to bed
my
at 9
bills are
o'clock,
all
Tara.
paid, thank God.
I can't go to bed at 9 o'clock because I have to
I
get up
know
to
you
work
work
at
at
10.
night. But one night I went to bed because Brandon was watching TV and I was sick of looking at the computer. My eyes are hurt. My eyes are like tired from looking at the computer. I'm like, I'm going up to bed. So it was like 8:30 at night. She was like, why are you in bed at like 8:30 at night? I'm like, I don't know. I guess I was tired. Anyway,
Yeah, in the middle of the work. Call her happy.
that's when you know that you're getting old. You just go to, oh yeah, I can go to. It's 8:30. I can go to bed.
Oh.
Yeah.
And
So-
Shauna says before they had cold weather rule, they would shut it off in the middle of winter. There was a family with kids that they turned it off. I had the hubby turn it back on.
They killed some old guy in
Yeah,
Michigan. Or was that Wisconsin?
Wisconsin. That's why Wisconsin's got that. They can't get rid of it. They keep trying to get rid of it, but they can't.
Yeah, some old guy got his power shut off. You know, he maybe had like, you know, getting senile.
He was
or
trying
whatever
to
and
heat with
died.
like a kerosene stove or something, and he turned into an old man sickle. So they passed a law that you couldn't turn off the heat in the winter anymore.
Right.
But everybody scrambles to do it. They just, I mean, it comes up. And they send you in advance saying, by the way, you're going to come due. And then everybody does it. They negotiate
Payment
with
plan.
get on a payment plan with WPS or whatever, and they break it into payments.
Yeah,
They want you to pay the whole thing at once, which nobody does. Everybody knows the game. You know, you just negotiate with them until they get you a reasonable payment, and then you catch up with it over the summer when everybody's making money. Because the other thing is up there in northern Wisconsin, there is not a lot of work. You can't do any outside work, so a lot of people are out of work the entire winter.
Yeah, and there's like
And-
no factory.
And a lot of them, are not working for a company. They're an independent contractor. They make all their money in the summer, so they're broke over the winter. So
And like where I live,
it's not uncommon to not pay your people
like
up there.
they like let's say you worked at the grocery store. I'd say the grocery store is probably one of the biggest employers in that town. But the problem with the grocery store is they would never let you work more than like, is it like 22 or 26 hours? Because they wouldn't give you health insurance because you're
Right.
part-time when you're a certain number of hours a week. So nobody's, even if you're working the 25 hours, you're not making enough money to really sustain yourself. That's what sucks up there.
Mhm.
Mr. Sadie says we were so poor. I remember running an extension cord from the neighbors.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've done that before.
We've done it with water.
We've done it with, well, no, we didn't have our
I mean, when I
water
was a
shut
kid,
off.
personally,
Oh.
we had our pump went out, and we
Yeah.
had, the neighbor ran a garden hose over.
I've done it at my house. Our pump went out, and because Jim's thrifty, this is up north. He's like, well, I'm not gonna go to like Menards and spend $500 for a pump. I can order one and get it for like, let's say 2 or
Oh yeah,
something.
we did that at farm.
We did it at the. We ran about 200 foot of hose from the well in the barn to back charge the water system in the house, so we had water.
I ran
until
it through
came.
the garden hose spigot. I
Yeah.
just ran it from one spigot to the other spigot. I did a double female hose, and then once you open up the garden hose spigot, it put pressure to the house's water, and you had water in the house.
Wow.
Yeah.
Got us by for whatever 5 days it took for the new pump to come.
Yeah.
Hi,
Wow.
Mike.
Hello, Mike. Hello, mate.
You sound like those like people that grew up during the Depression. Well, when I was a kid, we had
Oh,
to,
yeah.
run hoses and have water.
20 miles to school uphill both ways.
I had to run 5 miles of extension cord to have electricity.
We had a pipe in this lake.
Jim was selling apples on the corner, didn't have enough to pay the power bill, so
And I stole the apple.
Oh man. I guess when there's if there's a will, there's a way.
oh my god,
Yeah.
talk about being poor, about like a lot of money. Jim went to Ohio last week and it's $4 a gallon for diesel up there.
Yep.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
that sucks, Lori.
Yeah, it's 3:30 here.
Oh, it's 3:30. Yeah, 3:30 here. But yeah, we weren't ready for the shock of $4 a gallon diesel.
That's crazy.
I mean, regular's 3 something. So I mean,
Yeah, I think our regular is still like
The regular's about the same.
303 or
Yeah,
is
the
it
regular was about the same price.
297, I
shocked.
think. Yeah.
I saw $4. Me and the diesel almost pooped our pants at the same time. I'm like, what? And the truck's like, what?
I don't know how much. Julie, how much is diesel in California?
Ooh, I see those signs on like Facebook. California gas prices would scare me.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
It's over 5, I think, for the
I've seen
regular.
like signs where it's as high as like 7 or for gas.
When I first saw the sign, when I saw the first Flying J or whatever that said $4 a gallon, first thought that came to my mind
I'm
was,
turning around and going home.
no, it was
Oh.
they're killing us. They're trying to kill us. That was the first thing. That was exactly the impulse thought came through my brain. They're trying to kill us with this whatever they're doing. I don't know what the hell they're doing, but they're doing it wrong.
Yeah,
We need to fix it.
crazy.
She said California's great. Yeah. I don't know whose lie you try to tell that to.
For me, the only reason it's great is because my daughter, my grandkids are there, my
Yeah.
sister's there. But that's about it. I'll go visit. Paul being feisty today.
Yeah.
You're gonna turn into Tom with that cat on your lap like that.
I
Right?
know.
Yeah. We had to do. We brushed my fence line because it it was cool out and it wasn't so buggy. And Jim has these cats outside. Okay, he looks like the crazy cat man. He'll be walking way out to the back of the property, and these cats follow him like dogs. It's weird. I mean, all over, like way outside, the cats walk all over with him. It's Jim and his herd of cats. He's like the Pied Piper of cats.
Do not diss my cats.
Yeah, she does the same thing. They even know the sound of her Jeep. As soon as she comes pulling up, they come flying from wherever it is they're at.
I mean, like way up in the woods. I mean, because we're going through woods to go to the back fence line to go check the fence line and stuff. I mean, it's pretty good jaunt. And here these cats are following them. It's him and Mrs. Buttersworth.
And all the other cats.
Yeah.
Frickin' Frack and Tyrone.
Tyrone and Mrs. Buttersworth.
Oh my gosh. Well, it looks like Todd's having a good time and wherever he's at.
Oh yeah. See that.
I don't even know where
I
he's
see
at.
he got
now.
his crown and his throne, so that's important.
Yeah. I think he's in, I don't know where he's at now. Liechtenstein?
Something like that.
Oh, it was
So
the
that's,
Yeah, I think he was going to be like around the Black Forest and stuff. Or were they going to go to Switzerland too?
Yeah, he posted something about Black Forest cake in Black Forest or whatever.
You should bring home one of those cool cuckoo clocks.
Those things are neat. Let's see. This is
yeah.
Jim will cut somebody over them cats. What Mr. Sadie said.
Well, I will say down here, that is something different than Wisconsin. You got a lot more like stray animals show up and then just stick around.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know, maybe people don't like they just dump their animals easier or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you still have that dog that ended up on your porch or something?
No, he got tagged by a car.
Oh.
Then we had another dog show up on our porch. Oh, maybe I didn't tell you that. So I had an old chocolate lab, Cody, who passed away like the end of May or beginning of June. She was 16. She was old. Anyway, so we have 2 dogs for 48 hours. I'm working on the computer, and Brandon comes to my window. He's like, "Oh yeah, Mom, come out here. Dad needs help with all these puppies." I'm like, "What in the heck are you talking about?" So I think they found a big snake, and they're gonna try to scare me with this snake or something. I'm like, "Oh yeah, whatever. It's a snake." He's like, "No, Dad needs your help." I'm like, "This better not be a snake." So I come out here. Here's Jim. He's got 9. I think it's 8 or 9 puppies. He's rounded them up and put them in our dog kennel. We had an outdoor dog kennel. I'm like, if somebody dropped off 9 dogs here, I am going to stab them in the ear. So, but it wasn't. It's the guy across the street. His dog had puppies. So Jim's over there. He's like, "Oh yeah, well our dog just died." Yeah.
No, his kid told me they were giving them away.
And then Jim's like, "Well, it's a sign from God, so we should take one of them." You told me that.
Yeah,
okay.
So it makes you sound like a weirdo.
Well, you are a weirdo. When you tell me it's fake, it's God's will that we have another dog.
Can I have a puppy?
Yeah. So we ended up getting this. I don't know what. Her mother's like some kind of shepherd cross, and I suspect she has some kind of hound in her too, because she looks kind of houndy.
He looks like a hound, or she looks like a hound and a shepherd.
Yeah. No, Buford got in a real bad habit where he was chasing cars, and he caught one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michelin Pickens says, "Why does Jim's cats have traditional black people's names?"
Well,
because our son names them.
Because our son names. Well, freaking Frack isn't black people name. I don't think
Well, maybe they are. I don't know where they come from.
Isn't that a cartoon or a comic book?
You know, back when that was, it might have had some.
Well,
he plays football. He hangs around with a bunch of black guys. He listens.
Well,
to
Mrs. Buttersworth was when they were going to take Mrs. Buttersworth off the syrup bottle, and this cat shows up, and she's jet black. So we just start calling her Mrs. Buttersworth. And I hope I don't get you thumbs down on your video for saying that, but it just is what it is. No disrespect. And Tyrone is just because I don't know if there's a Tyrone on the football field. He likes to listen to a lot of rap music. So, and this is the weird thing. Tyrone's a girl. It's a even
And he
fit.
insists,
Oh,
he's
there
like,
you
it's
go.
my cat. I found her. I get to name her. I'm
Anyway,
like, oh my God, kid, that's the stupidest name ever.
Kids.
we went to the park. We had to because this is like summer, so Brendan get done with football at like 8 at night. So me and Jim went to Sonic's and we got the red, white, and blue slushies with ice cream, which are very good. Anyway, we're sitting at the park minding our own business, and here comes this kitten. I'm like, oh, look at that poor kitten. Here, I'll give it some ice cream. So then we started going to the park eating ice cream every day, and here's this kitten and its
And then
sibling.
we start bringing canned food.
Then we started bringing canned food because I felt sorry for him because somebody dumped them there. And then we're like, well, I guess let's just bring them home if we're going to be here feeding them every day. So
So you
anyway,
gained a cat.
two
My cat
cats.
is crazy.
Yeah, we don't have cats in the house; they're outside. But yeah, we have cats. Yeah, we look like 4 cats. You start looking like the crazy cat person.
I sometimes wish I could put my cat outside, but he ended up at the top of a freaking pine tree. I know him. He
Our front
chases
porch looks
squirrel
like
out there.
Stephen King movie every morning. With cats everywhere.
Yeah. I will say they're nice though, because man, I mean, right now I have to clean our sidewalk off because it's got dead trees all over it. Which I'm kind of. I mean, if they keep killing rodents around that are in our yard and that's okay with me. Then I don't have like mice or whatever getting the buildings or whatever.
Yeah.
We used to have squirrels here in the trees, and I haven't seen a squirrel in like 2 months.
Yeah, we're squirrel free zone. There ain't no like little critters. Lizards are gone. I mean, there's
Yeah, 'cause
you're
we got
not seeing
those-
no little wildlife anymore.
Yeah.
Those two ones we got from the park. Those two, they really clean out animals.
Yeah.
They're killers.
Because I didn't know they have those in Kentucky. I don't know if you got them there, Lori, but they're like they look like, I guess, geckos. I don't know if they're called like a skink or
Yeah.
stinker. They got like a
little
blue tail.
salamander.
Yeah.
I haven't
we
seen
had
any in
them,
this part of the, maybe down further
Yeah.
towards Kentucky or whatever, maybe, but
Yeah, we got them here. I didn't know they had them here,
Yeah,
honestly.
they're not salamanders. They're kind of like when you're in Florida. Like you'll have all those stucco houses. They'll have these lizards, or California.
the chameleons or
Lizards all in
whatever.
the houses.
Yeah, I call them geckos, but I don't
They
even know what
run
they are.
around. They're tiny. They're probably about maybe 6 inches long max.
If it's a
with
big
a
one,
skinny
yeah.
tail, yeah. But these are brightly colored. They're not brown like the ones in Florida. These have like blue and green stripes.
Yeah, they have like a
They're
electric
like
blue on the
chameleons.
tail.
Yeah, first all their tails were gone. We'd see the lizards, but none of them would have a tail. And I caught the cats would be walking around with this squirming tail in their mouth. They would just get the tail of the lizard. But now I'm not seeing any lizards at all. So I think once they got older, they got better. They caught the whole dang lizard.
Now, is a newt and a salamander the same thing, or is a newt and a
Well,
chameleon?
salamanders are
I think a
different.
newt and a salamander are very similar. I think they're both amphibians, because the lizard is actually a reptile, where a
Right.
salamander is the amphibian, like a frog.
Right.
Mm. Well, I know the whole thing of them, their tails falling off, because their tails fall off when they get stressed.
Yeah, they escape. It's an escape mechanism. But then all of a sudden, there wasn't no lizards anymore either. So I figured out what happened. Cats are getting better.
Once
at
in a
it.
while, I'll see one over like by the pump house, but it's also cold in the morning now, so they're probably going to sleep.
Yeah, we're not seeing as many snakes anymore either. Not just because of the cold, not because of the cats. But I don't know if those cats would take out a big snake.
Yeah.
They eat a lot of cat food.
Well, you got a couple others showing up and eating too.
Yeah.
So how many puppies do you have now?
3 again.
Oh,
I got Mabel, the pug. I got old Snoopy, who is that black and white dog that would sit in my office chair, like if I went off camera. And then I got this new Daisy, the hound shepherd mix. That anyway,
oh.
just 3.
Shepherd mix. Is she small?
No, she's.
She probably want to be as big as Snoopy.
I would say it should be as big as Snoopy.
her
when
mother
she
is
was
bigger
grown.
than Snoopy.
Yeah, taller.
Her mother's a huge German Shepherd.
Oh,
She's 6 months old now.
Yeah, she's like 6 months now.
wow.
Yeah, I wasn't really planning
Smart.
on getting a dog, you know.
She's a smart dog.
Yeah.
Too smart, probably.
Really?
Yeah, she's a good dog. I mean, she's good and she's friendly and stuff like that, but she's smart.
Well, it's probably the shepherd in her that's
It's
making
the
her smart,
shepherd.
not the Pomeranian, because those dogs are dumb assholes.
Well, she don't have Palm in her. No, she don't have Palm. I think she's part hound.
Yeah, like a coonhound.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
half coonhound, half shepherd.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just have Ringo. Still.
Oh, you only got your little tan like one that you thought was part pug.
Yeah, the one with the eyeliner.
Oh.
That's the only one that I have. Elvis I had to
Well,
put
it makes
down.
it. Yeah, it makes it easy if you're gonna move with just one.
Yeah.
Especially if you rent a house, because if you're like, yes, I'd love to rent your house, and I have 3 or 4 dogs, they kind of look at you like, okay, is this a crazy dog lady?
Yeah.
Or if you
yeah.
have one dog, then it's like, oh, okay, I understand. Anyway.
I really do think one animal is plenty.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's more than enough to handle.
I didn't really want another animal when I got the cat, but I got him to do a job.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the only reason I got him.
Absolutely. Well, it's 9 o'clock.
Well,
you
there you
guys.
go. Time to go to work.
Yep, time to get to work. Gotta get some shipping done. So
Yeah.
I hope everybody has a great day. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye. H1. Is it B?